Hello peeps, welcome back to Big Deck Player. Today we are taking a look at a mage deck. It's been a little while since we played a mage deck on Big Deck Player. This one goes by the name of Otter Pops. It's an unusual name. This one I found on Hearthstone.com, posted by somebody called It's Otter, so I'm assuming their name is Otter, and that's why this is called Otter Pops. And I believe the pops bit comes from the fact that there's a lot of frost spells in this deck. Like ice pops, water pops. It's clever. It's clever. I like it. Okay, so this mage deck, he played to number 18 legend over the course of 6 hours, which is pretty impressive. I haven't had quite as much luck with it myself, but it has literally been luck. I've had some terrible luck recently with card draw and stuff, so yeah, well, I'll go into that in a minute. Okay, so as I say, this is found on Hearthstone.com. I'll put a link in the description so you can go check it out yourself, and you can see some of the stuff that he's put up from his Twitch channel on there as well. So let's take a look at the actual deck itself, shall we? Okay, so as I said, it's got a lot of frost spells. So we've got a couple of frost bolts, which deal 3 damage, freeze the target, and then to combo with that we've got Ice Lance, which also does freezes. It also freezes a target, but also does 4 damage once the target is frozen. So you could, I guess, use an Ice Lance and then use another Ice Lance to do 4 damage or something if you really wanted to. I say, or you can use Frostbolt, combo that with an Ice Lance. We've also got where are they? 2 Frost Novas, so you can combo that with an Ice Lance. And we've also got 2 Blizzards. Again, you can combo that with an Ice Lance. So those spells that you've got there that freeze targets are great when you can combo them with an Ice Lance, because you can get rid of some big creatures quite easily, and for not very much mana when you use those kind of combos. Also, Ice Lance is good as a low-cost way to just immobilize one of your enemy minions. Say, for example, you've got something quite big on the board and you don't really have any way of really dealing with it on that turn. If you've got an Ice Lance, you can just freeze it in place until the next turn when, hopefully, fingers crossed, you'll get something that you can deal with. So, we've got a lot of freezing. We've also got a couple of mirror images, I should say. But the plural in the wrong place. Fairly good to kind of early game if you can stall your opponent a little bit, and just until you get some decent cards in your hand. I've found that that's usually been the case when I've been playing this deck. I've found that my opening hand hasn't always been that good, but if I get a mirror image fairly early, it means I've got a couple of turns maybe to try and get some better cards in my hand. Now, this isn't exactly the same as the one that Otter has posted. It's not exactly the same. For example, he has only 1 Pyroblast, whereas I have 2. Because he has 2 Ice Blocks, whereas I only have 1. I figure if it gets to a point where you're having to use an Ice Block to survive, chances are you're probably going to lose the match anyway. I guess maybe having 2 Ice Blocks means that you have 2 turns where you don't die, but I think by that point it's probably inevitable. However, if you have 2 Ice Blocks, then by all means use them. I don't. I only have the 1, which is why there's only 1 in this particular deck. But as I say, he's using 2. And also he has 2 Doomsayers, and I only have 1. So that'll be why in my deck I've just chucked in an Acidic Swampooze in the hope that it is useful against warriors and paladins and such. So yeah, so the actual deck itself doesn't have the Acidic Swampooze, and it only has 1 Pyroblast, and instead has 2 Ice Blocks and 2 Doomsayers. But because I only have 1 each of those cards at the moment, and as you can see I don't have much dust at the moment either to craft any, that's why I've made those changes. Acidic Swampooze might not necessarily be the best choice. I might be better off putting something else in instead, maybe like a Kobold Geomancer for some extra spell damage, but it's up to you. It's up to you. Talking of spell damage, we've got a Blood Mage Thalnos legendary card, because Blood Mage Thalnos seems to be in virtually every deck that's in the top tier of top decks that I play recently. So if you're looking to craft a card, a legendary, this is one of the most used legendaries I've seen in decks. I think Ragnaros is probably the other one that is very high up in the usage, but Blood Mage Thalnos is so good. Getting that extra spell damage for 2 mana can be great. It can mean the difference between a 3 damage Frostbolt and a 4 damage Frostbolt, and a 4 damage Frostbolt can kill a lot more things than a 3 damage Frostbolt. So yeah, Blood Mage Thalnos, fantastic card. We've got a couple of Novice Engineers for card draw. Obviously, Blood Mage Thalnos has the card draw and Death Rattle. And we have 2 Arcane Intellect for card draw. And we also have 2 Azure Drakes for spell damage and card draw. So you should be okay for card draw. And if not, there's a couple of Acolyte of Pains as well. You shouldn't have any problems with card draw. Unless you have a game like I did, where all of these cards are in the last 10 in your deck when you start playing. And the last 10 cards you pull are Acolytes of Pain, Azure Drakes, Novice Engineers, and you're like, brilliant. Death by fatigue then. So we have a bit of survivability with the Ice Barrier, gaining yourself 8 armor, and obviously the Ice Block, which we touched on earlier, which can prevent you from dying for 1 turn. Especially good if there's a hard-hitting creature on the board, because it will give you an ability, some time to kind of deal with that. We've got 2 fireballs. You can use these either for removal or going straight for the face if you want to. We've got a couple of AoE spells. We've got 2 blizzards, which I touched on earlier, and we have 1 flame strike. And last but not least, we have an Alexstrasza. You can use this on yourself to restore your health to 15 if you're running low, especially maybe after an ice block. Or you can use it to set your enemy health to 15, which is a great combination. If you can play this, if you're in a fairly strong position, turn 9, you can play this, reduce your enemy's health to 15, and then next turn Pyroblast and hit him with Alexstrasza and you win. That's a pretty good combo. I've only managed to pull it off once so far. But yeah, that's a pretty good kind of way to finish off your opponent. So I generally, if I get Alexstrasza and a Pyroblast in my hand whilst on my way to 9 mana, quite often I'll use any other spells just for like removal and stuff, so that when I get hits turn 9, I can use my Alexstrasza and then turn 10 Pyroblast, and that would normally win the match. But you know, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But we'll see. It all depends on who you're up against and how they play the game and everything else. Alright, so that's the deck. As I say, there's a link in the description so you can go and check out his Twitch stuff, which is pretty cool. And let's see how this deck works in action.
Jaina versus Valera.
Watch your back. You asked for it.
Okay, so we're against a rogue. So we've got Acidic Swampoos in the starting hand, which is pretty awesome. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to ditch the Pyroblast and keep everything else. Oh, brilliant. Thanks, game. This sort of thing has been happening to me a lot recently while I was playing Hearthstone. Just getting screwed over by card draw and stuff.
Hello. The pleasure is mine.
Well, I'm not going to bother using the Swampoos on the daggers whilst they're like that. So if they get poisoned up or he brings out one of his other weapons, then I might use it for that.
Let the pain speak to me.
Well, he's not using it to hit me in the face, which seems a bit odd, but whatever. Let's see. Let's just get rid of that. Yeah, don't need that there. Oh, now it's hitting me. Okay. Strange. Okay. Well, let's use our ice barrier for this turn. Ice lance can also be used to freeze the enemy hero in place as well, so they can't attack. So if they do have a big weapon, you can use it to delay them from attacking you. So we got 5 mana. We could Blood Mage Thalnos, which would make that 4 damage. That would be 5 damage, so that's 9 damage. We could do potentially 9 damage to him this turn. I might do that.
We hunger for vengeance.
There we go. Get ourselves a little bit of a lead.
Played. Thank you.
It was either that or get the Azure Drake out, and yeah, I just felt like getting a bit of a healthy lead as far as quite literally a healthy lead would be more beneficial at this stage, because sometimes, well, he can't attack. So I'm going to use my Secret Swamp Ooze to get rid of that straight away. Yep, let's do that. Let's do that. And let's end the turn. There goes your legendary.
I got the best deals anywhere.
Oh, I certainly need to get rid of that
You know, take candle.
very quickly if we can. There's just going to be some kind of miracle rogue type thing going on now. Yep. Oh. Yep, get rid of that. Don't want him drawing lots of cards and playing lots of spells, miracle rogue style. Don't want that happening. No sir. Would have been better a use if there'd been more minions on the board, but there wasn't, so I had to use it. Ugh. Okay. Okay, let's get the Azure Drake out. And we'll use another ice barrier. Have I used both my frost bolts? I think I have. I can't remember. Yeah. So we could use the blizzard next turn, and a fire blast that'll get rid of that next turn. Hopefully, he'll play a few more minions, so that we can actually make better use of it. Oh, except that this isn't going to kill them, because he's going to kill that. Lame. Aha, we have an Alexstrasza, but Alexstrasza's pretty pointless right now. Because my health's pretty good, and the enemy health is going to do like 1 point of damage to it. So I think I will just use my blizzard. We'll kill off that one, and we'll end the turn. And we'll have to try and kill this off next turn, somehow. Maybe I could have put the Alexstrasza out as 4/7. He could have killed her off quite easily though, so... And I don't know if he's got an assassin. There's a good chance he'll have an assassinate. Ah, clever.
I got the best deals anywhere.
Very clever.
This guy's toast.
Ah, that's interesting. We didn't trigger the ice barrier. Okay, well, I think I'm just going to pyroblast you in the face. Because now you're at 6 health. And I will pyroblast you in the face again next turn. I think I built up enough of a lead earlier on. Even if you do a ton of damage to me, I can heal myself back to 15. It's not going to happen anyway, but, you know, whatever. Can't imagine you're going to do 30 damage to me. 26 damage to me in one turn. If you can, then that's bullshit. Are you done?
I'm almost out of cards. I'm out of cards.
Wow. You burned through all of those cards. Well,
Well played.
well played.
Well played.
There you go. I think if I hadn't got that early lead that I did, I would probably be dead. If I'd played that Azure Drake on turn 5 instead of doing like 9 damage to the enemy's face, I think I probably would have lost that game. Because it, got me down to like half health in one turn. I had 28 health plus a ton of armor as well. Yeah. Yeah. I think I got a bit lucky there. So, anyway, that's the Otter Pops deck. As I say, don't forget to go over to Hearthstone. The link is in the description. Go and check out his Twitch as well, so you can go and see this deck in action over there. As I say, he's managed to get to number 18 in Legend. I'm still at rank 18 because I've been trying out loads of different decks and stuff, so I haven't had a chance to rank up very much since this new season started last week. But go check him out, and I hope you enjoy playing this deck. If you play this deck, make any videos, let me know how you get on. Send them to me via links to Twitter, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, peeps. Goodbye.